here. Bear with me for just a second. There we are. Lovely. Get those shadows in the right place so we can actually see what we're doing. That's important. Ba-da-bing-bum-boom. Da-da-da-da. La-dee-dee-da-da-da. Shadow casting behind me. Brilliante. That can go down there. Also fantastic. We'll lower these down just a wee bit so it captures just a bit less wind. And then, vamos. Up we go. And then, up we go. Wonderful. Beautiful. There we are. All right, now we need a plate. Fantastic. Move some of the stuff out of the way. Bring this on in here. La da da dee da da. La da da dee da da. La da da dee da da. Oop, I'll just swipe on this so I can actually see. Hello guys, how we doing? You're from New Orleans. Well, that's fantastic, Johnny. But this one here actually already has an owner. So we're dealing with that first. What did I just throw on the ground? A plate. That was a plate. There we go. That's some gloss gel, and this is some tan. There we go. And the next thing I need is sunblock. JB's liking the shades. Shades getting compliments this morning too, JB. He seems to be hitting a spot. Got them from an op shop for $20. I gotta say, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Here we go. More sunblock. Colours are dope. Yeah, so the underlying colours, they'll disappear a little bit as time goes on, but to start with, a lovely start. Lovely start. Most of all though, sunscreen. This is so important, guys. Sun in New Zealand's just ruthless. Just ruthless. The frugal artist. For sunscreen, I'm lost. I'm lost. We're just going to unpack a few little bits and pieces here because I want to grab a rag. Now, let's have a little look-see thing. Hey, Luna, how we doing? Oh, the temperature. Jeepers. It's not too hot, but the UV rays in New Zealand are absolutely nuts. So, here in New Zealand, if you get caught outside during the burn time, we're coming off it now, but during the burn time, without sunscreen on, 20 minutes, you're roasted. You're absolutely roasted. Yeah, they reminded me of Elton John sunglasses. And fact of the matter is, he looked really good in Elton John sunglasses. That's the point. What do we call them? Elton John sunglasses. Wild. All right. There we go. Hey Ace, how we doing? So soul. I like that. Here we go, just getting the other camera set up because I'll cut up some pieces of this live and turn it into a time lapse. I can get the position of it correct. There we go. The Polar Express. Yeah, it's got those vibes to it at the moment. It's it is a train, but it's a train that goes through New Orleans. So, for Mardi Gras, that's the occasion. That's the occasion. And now our only job is to capture that train. There we go. Beautiful. Up through here. Ho ho, stay where you are, big boy. We'll need to fix that with a little, I know how to fix that one. I've got just the tool right here. Screw this down into here. You can see what I'm doing. This is a peg that I can screw into the soil, just like that. And then, what I do next is I grab a bungee, and the bungee hooks into the easel, one on that side, through the peg, and one on the other side. And that stops our canvas from blowing over. Holds it perfectly in the spot. Pretty fancy. We don't have lip balm, but we'll try and manage. Will I be adding candy to it? We'll be adding all the colours in the spectrum. I don't know if we'll add candy per se, but we'll start with what we've got right now and see where it takes us. Something for Halloween. I guess this is a Mardi Gras picture, so I guess elements of it. Could you call elements of it Halloween-y? Maybe. Get a hair caught behind these glasses. It's awfully annoying. There we go. There we are. Who's that? Hey Jesse, how we doing? Let's come down in here. We're not going to do 3 strokes where 1 stroke will keep it. Where is that hair? It's like it's stuck in the glasses or something. There we go. So this is just our regular run-of-the-mill tan, just to build up some of those tones in amongst the painting. There we go. The idea is we're just slashing it around. Expression first, and then later in the piece, we'll build in that beautiful, beautiful I've got a Twitter. Beautiful, beautiful depth and tone. Correct depth, correct tone. But the Twitter's not what you think. It's a lovely, wholesome space where I post a bunch of wholesome quotes and wholesome videos. There we are. Perfecto. Hello, how we doing? A couple of familiar names rocking in there. Couple of familiar names. You can see how these strokes are quite transparent as well. The goal here is not to make them intense, strong, bold, opaque colours at this stage. We're just building up layers. There we go. All the way along to here. A little bit more through here. A little bit more through here. There we go. Again, not a whole lot in the texture department, a whole lot in the color department. That's the goal. We would, thanks Kirsten. I think everyone here I get along with pretty well. So we're all here to enjoy some wholesome creativity. let's get some paint from this bucket here down to here. A little bit of this in there, perfect. This is blue into grey. We haven't added a whole lot of blue yet, but we're about to start. Glasses are coming off. Yeah, look at that, bang in the sky. Illuminate the sky, we can always tone it back later in the piece, that's okay as well. But for now, let's get that pop and saturation going. Thanks, Tiffany. And are you sweating? Yes, a little bit, but it's also the sunscreen I'm wearing. So we've got a mixture, a bunch of things occurring right now. Bunch of things occurring. Yeah, let's get that in there. And then over here, and there. And then over here, and there. And then over here. Rapidly, so one layer after the next, lots of transparency. And Virgo, you want to D? Well, I reckon we love having you here, so just be here. Here we go. And a little bit more through there. There we go. Not sweaty with my interview with Gemma. I was pretty nervous in that interview. She caught me off guard a little bit with the questions, which is funny because I answer those same questions every single day. But I stuttered a little bit through the start of that. So it's funny. You answer these questions a million times every day, day in, day out, and then the moment it comes at you from a news agency and you're like, don't say anything stupid, you trip up. So the moment you, I think, overthink it. You know what? Talking to the news is like doing a painting. Don't overthink it. I overthought that interview a little bit. I couldn't help myself. Tried to give the perfect answer and ended up giving no answer at all. Here we go. Bit more paint. Get this through here. So see how we're not focusing on the branches of the tree. We're actually painting everywhere the tree is not. And that's actually going to come down a little bit more there. Lovely. And if you paint everywhere the tree is not, it's funny, you then get a tree. You used to watch Bob Ross. I didn't used to watch him on the TV, but I have watched him on YouTube. And he streams on, what is it? Twitch? Not obviously live, but reruns. Which I reckon is pretty cool. A fellow who wanted nothing more than to make the world a happy place. Commendable, I'll tell you that much. You got to get behind a fellow like that, don't you? You can't not. Now let's get this a little bit darker. A little bit of bada bing bang bong. Green into the blue. Deepen that colour a wee bit. Mix it up, see how it looks. Very greeny. We're going to grab a bit of black, just a teeny bit, and see if we can't get some more of the murky tones going in there. Hey Luna. Couple of Lunas in today. That's fun. All right. Did they just do it? Has it come out yet? I saw the advertisement for it, but I hadn't. I don't know if they'd actually done it yet or not. So if they've done it, that's fantastic. But have they done it? These are the questions. There we go. All through the sky. There's the sky full of love. Here we go. Up through here. Slightly off tan. It's like a murky, ugly, steely blue. Let's get those base colours coming in there. Nice and strong. Nice and strong, baby. And then around here. Lovely. Then underneath the train. There's so many more tones of red that we'll have to add into this train as we continue, which I am pretty excited for. There we go. There we are. Beautiful. Lunar. Very popular question, though there could not be a more irrelevant question, unless you're trying to figure out the size of the painting, which is 40 inches by 40 inches. But my height is 5'9", but that doesn't have a whole lot to do with painting. Don't ever mess with you again. All right, I promise I won't. And you like the colours? Fantastic. Sir, I love the shoes. Can you give us a fit check? Well, there's a couple of problems there. First off, I've got no idea what a fit check is. I assume it has a connection to a Fitbit, which I haven't worn for years. Don't even have an Apple Watch. But in terms of the shoes, they are from an op shop, which is pretty fun. It's showing your outfit fully. Well, I think I'm doing that in every given moment, but shoes, about $10 from an op shop. Shorts, miniature sharks and boats on them, pretty cool. $2 from an op shop. Shirt, again, $2 from an op shop. Mic, not from an op shop, quite expensive actually. Brush, from an art shop, not too expensive. And plate, $1, op shop. Fit check, completed. Nailed it. That's what you call the millennial fit check. Including pricing and bragging about how cheap prices were. There we go. Big long strokes all through here. There we go. Wonderful. I am from New Zealand, indeed. And hello, Mika. How we doing? Good to have you here. Good to have you here. This one, 20 mil. 20 mil. So, it's probably getting to the stage where it's a little bit big for this particular painting. It may need to get toned back just a wee bit. But before we do that, we're going to chuck in a bunch more black burnt sienna. Burnt sienna. And thanks, Nathan. Is that Nathan Lee? Appreciate that. Excuse the sun while it's in my eyes here. And are you from Auckland? Yes, indeed. I am, well, not originally, but I am now. So I used to be from the Bay of Plenty. Tauranga. But time flies by in the yellow and green. What I'm trying to say is, used to be from the Bay of Plenty. And now, I live up here in Auckland and paint in a studio here in Auckland, which is swapping in the very near future, the next few days actually. And then we'll be in Albany Albany Studio. It's called the Crate Studio, which is both the crate and the crate. Both great and the crate, that's what I'm trying to say. I'll see if I can turn the paint goes all dry and crusty too quick. Well, it depends on who's painting. I paint very fast and I swap the plate over a lot. And so it doesn't worry me too much to not have a long open time on the acrylics. There we go. Beautiful. And a bit more of this lovely brown coming into these trees. A few little touches. Lovely. You see that tree sort of spreading across the scene, going in all directions. Here we are. Beautiful. It really does arc over the top of this train. Where am I from? Where is he from? What's he doing on TikTok? Who is he? Why does painting look funny? I'm from New Zealand, guys. This is Auckland. Auckland, New Zealand is where we're painting from. And the goal here is to capture a wild scene of Mardi Gras in New Orleans. As fun as that is. There we go. Big old chunks of brown. Beautiful. Cutting in through there. Cutting in through there. We actually probably need a little bit more black. Don't speak English, but you spoke it to say that. Are you lying to me? Are you trying to trick me? I am 30 years old as of January this year. So that's exciting for me, because I like being 30. If I didn't like being 30, that would be tough news. There we go. A little bit of gloss gel, and now we continue to paint our crazy little train. Kind of has a definite Halloween vibe because of the way the tree currently creeps. But look, there's a lot more to go on this one. So withhold our judgments at this stage and just enjoy making a painting, which I think's pretty fair enough. There we go. Have a little scratch in between. And let's add some little pieces in here and here, coming down low here. And the shirt here. There we go. Beautiful. Lovely. And g'day John, how we doing? Welcome out from bed. And I did change my shorts. It is hot out today, so we're gonna work here as the sun. And I did change my shorts. It is hot out today, so we're gonna work here as the sun slowly goes down. And hopefully, big weird colours and brush strokes flying in all directions. It wants to have a very, very, dare I say it, disjointed nature to it. Disjointed nature is pretty important because what's going to happen is this crowd, this train, and the sky with the tree through it all want to have their own fairly unique identities. So to capture that, we really do need to be a little bit more wild in all the little pockets and corners and see how that goes for us. There's a lot of blue, a lot of black here. I think. Let me just blur my eyes there a little bit and have a little look-see. I think I want some little offshot colours actually. Like, not a whole lot of any one colour, but a little bit, a few different colours. Jeepers creepers. That's my new favourite. It's like a mixture of a flower and a galaxy. That's the greatest combination out. That's pretty special. I always do love it too, how galaxies and the universe basically from a huge distance, when you look at it, it does look like things that are very minute in our world, like small cellular structures or eyes and things like this, nebulas, how they seem to resemble eyes. Anyway, that's just something I find cute. Now, let's get a vast array of colours to splash. Mac or PC, who cares? Be you. I've got I'm the worst of the bunch, if you want to get annoyed at people, because I've got an iPhone and I've got a PC. So I'm on both sides. And I like it for one reason. They don't sync up. And so when I'm on my iPhone, I'm doing iPhone things. And when I'm on my PC, I'm doing PC things. And they don't cross over. I love that. It's very, very popular with me. Here we go. A little bit of this clear painting medium. This stuff just makes the paint run nicer. It's basically just thin viscosity acrylics. That's what we're using there. Like the sphere in Vegas, that's pretty fun. Can we see the inspiration picture? Yeah, of course you can. To get an idea of how quirky and all over the show this picture is, can you see that? So the big tree there in the background, a train, and lots of people. So the big element of this is to not get hung up on trying to see the subject early in the piece, allow it to be wild and crazy, and then towards the end, the structure in it, first the form of the tree obviously, a bit of iconography of a train through here, the idea of heads and bodies through here, but it's the perspective, this cut in almost a rule of thirds that actually helps the whole painting get quite a calming composition. If it wasn't for the thirds, people, train, trees, it might just be too much, like an aggressively over-the-top collage. So the actual segregation there, separation that'll occur between the three zones is important for this picture. And then probably we'll see how much context it gets, but we may have to add just a wee bit more detail into a few of the characters, only because it'll help accentuate the fact that there are characters in front of this train. People. Always a funny one, capturing people. Always a funny one. Here we go. How's my day going? Well, first off, the Wi-Fi wasn't working too well. So we moved to here, but I found that I'm still in the 4G, even though there is 5G in this field. And the reason I'm still in the 4G is because just on the other side where it is a sports ground where some kids are playing sports at the moment. So I'll come back in the morning when there's no sports happening and use the good internet. So expect a session tomorrow early. We're going to do a daylight session, so that's going to be pretty fun. And we'll do one on TikTok and one on Instagram. Be all over the show. And just have some fun. Strong Wi-Fi, early morning, lots of sun. It's going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Here we go. Diving across now into vermilion. Vermilion. So this is going to add another dimension to the train, which currently just has that psychedelic element of pinks and yellows. But now, this is really going to make it accentuate out. There we go. Pop. Did I miss a few comments there? Bada bing bung bung. Reading through it. Watch that sunburn. Yeah, we've got sunscreen all over ourselves. There's a little bit of burn that happened earlier, but typically what you're seeing is just the heat, really. Just that raw heat. And New Zealand, jeepers, early in Germany. I'll need someone in New Zealand to tell me. You named the duck. All right. Well, that's exciting. Hope you named it. I hope you talked to the duck before you named it. Just let it know that, hey, I've got my plan. I'm going to give you a human name. How do you feel? The duck might be like, actually, no, I prefer just to be known as Duck, but appreciate it. Here we go. Well, the duck's like, absolutely, you can name me, but I'll be needing 3 slices of bread every 4 weeks for the next 3 years, or for whatever period you decide to use my new name for. That's a business duck. His name is Tobias, he likes his name. All right. All right, guys, case closed. Everyone back off. The duck's happy with the name. Here we go. Lash a bit more through here. And a bit through here. And layer it up. So already we're getting a real stack of pigments, but that won't stop us from cutting up and changing around with some of these details later in the piece. Again, it's still very early days. Just started this painting. We're still technically, as far as my definition of layer 1 goes, we're still on layer 1. So we have very little expectations currently being thrown at this painting. We just want to have fun with it. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's standard. But yeah, we may get a wee bit of a farmer's tan, as long as we don't get farmer's sunburn. That's the important thing. But no, I was red when I came out. So if you're here at the start, you'll know we coated ourselves in sunscreen, and now we're just painting. It's as simple as that. Right, onto yellows. What sort of yellow? The most basic, primary yellow. But the one special thing about it is I've spliced in a bit of vermilion. So it's going to have an orangey feel to it. But as it dries, maintain some of that pretty yellow hue. Jay Smith, I am back. I am indeed. So we had a period there where I had to bail, make sure I figured out the Wi-Fi. Hopefully it's improved. But, you know, famous last words. There we go. Might jinx it now, eh? Might just be here hanging out, then all of a sudden, bang, no more Wi-Fi. Thanks, Andy. And Hangouts More is vocal has been named. There are 2, but one of the Hangouts More and is vocal has been named. I'm not sure what's been said there. And hello! How are we doing, James? James, it's been a long time. It's a pleasure to have you in here, James. Hope you're healthy, hope you're happy, hope you're enjoying. I was talking about, actually, funny enough, I was talking about our landscape just the other day. Love that project. Love it. It's got this cheek to it. This beautiful, beautiful cheek. That was the sort of painting that it came together so fast, but in every stroke, so perfectly placed. God, I fell for that one. I kind of didn't want to see it go. She's saying the loud duck has a name. Oh, now I'm following. Good on the loud duck. Proud of the loud duck. There we go. Up we come. More yellow, more intensity in colour. We're not far off. Are we going to swap to a smaller brush on the first layer? Maybe not. Maybe we just keep on attacking it with this one. But we are considering the idea of the possibility that maybe we want a smaller brush. We're not acting on it. Not acting on it. We're just considering. See that wind blowing through here? That's the sort of stuff that would blow this over if it wasn't for our good sturdy peg in the ground, holding the easel down. Holding the easel down. There we go, a bit more vermilion. We're going straight back into vermilion, full power. I'm loving it. There we go, beautiful. And this is that giant box on the front of the train. The big old box on the front of the train. There we go. Beautiful. And then there's a little child here with his hand reaching up. We're not out here to paint the child, we're just going to capture that little bit of red just so we start to lock in where he is. So in the future, we can come on back and start painting him in. There we go. Beautiful reds, popping reds all over the show. Get a little bit more around here. I keep dancing on my own. There we go. Okay, now, next color in here, some darker colors. I need some black. Let's get some more black in here, splice it into the red and cut through these trees and get some of these beautiful dark beams going on. That's the plan. That's the plan. Thanks, Casey. Something about disagreeing. You can name the... we're arguing about the ducks. Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. It's an important moment. We're naming ducks. And look, you want to get it right. That's really important. So definitely get that. Thanks, Richardson. Cheers, Connie. Now, it looks great from a distance sometimes. You start to see the actual picture coming together. You see the overall form of it start to be created, but you don't want to take that as it's done, because even though from a distance it may not take huge changes, we do need to add more depth into the image to give it that character and life. So that's going to come now, but and again, from your perspective as well, we're going to get a whole bunch more of hues and colors. At the moment, we've got maybe 9 different hues and colors in there. Pigments, I should say. And that's a lot. 9's cool, but it's not as much as we want. We want to keep going. More pigments, more tones, more little moments. The more we capture, the more depth and character the picture will have. The garden picture we just finished, that had upwards of 40 pigments in it. And that was important because since it was all the flowers in bloom at once, it really did require everything we could possibly pull out of our arsenal to put that one together. No pigment was spared. Now this picture here, this will have less pigments in it, but more hues. Excuse me. More hues. And so when I say that, I mean that in amongst this one, we may have more colours between, say, yellow and red, more versions and mixes of those colours. But the garden, for example, has more raw, different kinds of unique pigments. Because this picture doesn't want every single pigment under the sun. It wants to exacerbate a few pigments more than others. And that's the difference of a neon train compared to a lively, living garden. A living garden, as many pigments as you can get. And subtleties are key for some of them. A neon train, 3 or 4, maybe 5, and just really send it home. I say 3 or 4 or 5. Think 3 or 4 or 5 main pigments. Main pigments. Hello, Steve. How we doing? Good to have you back, mate. Good to have you back. So we are painting New Orleans. One little bit of paint at a time. There we go. In down here. capturing the shoulders and bodies of a few people out in this crowd. We're not too worried about getting them exactly right. If we get it too right, they'll stick out more than the train. If we don't get it right enough, they'll obscure and make the train strange. So essentially these bodies, we want to make sure they help to make the train look more effective. That's the goal. But we will see. We will see. Hello from Thailand. How are we doing? Good to have you here. Into this live through my cocktails. You having cocktails during the lives? That's pretty fun. I'm on board with that. I don't want to be seen to endorsing alcohol, but if you're having a good time and having some cocktails while you watch a live on TikTok, especially watching something as wholesome as painting, I like your style. I like your style. My favorite cocktail. Okay. My favorite cocktail. Well, there's a whole bunch of them that I like. When I'm feeling like I want to be a tough guy, that's probably an old-fashioned, something that I can hold on to and feel like I'm cool. And then if I'm not too worried and I want to just have something that tastes good and have a bit of fun and have it looking pretty, well, we're talking about a pina colada and getting caught in the rain. Nah, pina colada. Probably pina colada. Margarita. Always like margaritas. It's just not my personal favorite. When you say the word favorite, you're meaning what would you really, if it was removed from the cocktail list and you were never allowed another one, which one would you miss the most? I'm going to miss that coconutty, creamy, pineapple juicy, white rum delight. I'm going to miss that. Absolutely. No cocktail list is going to be the same. I can't have my pina colada. And then you sometimes get margaritas and things with pina colada flavoring, like coconut margaritas. That's like getting two good things and combining them together. I'm on board for that. That's very nice. And advice, add as much coconut cream as you can into your pina coladas, as much as you can handle. And the reason I say that is because coconut cream has a ton of electrolytes in it. And so if you can get a lot into your body, then you'll be less hungover from your partying with pina coladas. So if you're doing pina coladas, the more coconut cream you get in there, the better off you'll be. And if you can, I actually prefer to get water or soda water and blend the pineapple. So you're not having pineapple juice, you're having fresh pineapple blended. It adds a pulp to the pina colada and it just tastes fresher. I've never been much of a fan of juice from the bottle. I like it fresh, so that's me. And Kirsten, just answered that, Kirsten, advice. Wolfgang, show us your moves. I mean, you're kind of seeing them. We're making a painting, Wolfgang. We're making a painting. One stroke of paint at a time. Lots of darkness, deep, deep darkness. And we're seeing if we can't start to capture beautiful elements of this tree and train and people. There we go. Wonderful. And then some more around here. There we go. Tree training people. Bunch more green, team. We need a bunch more green. See if you can't distinguish my shirt and my skin? Jeepers creepers. It should be all right, guys. We're off the major burn time, and I'm covered in sunscreen, so we're here. But yes, that is a problem, Chrissy Miss Jays. And thanks, Jay Smith. I appreciate that. Please, SPF. I've got SPFs on, but I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the love. The sun is out to burn here in New Zealand today. Absolutely. Thanks, Tyler. All right, let's have a little look-see here. whole lot of green. That's what we're after. And then I want to get a bunch of my matte fluid medium. Do we dare? Yeah, we'll dare. So we're swapping in and out between gloss and matte, and that gives the end result more of a interesting eclectic texture. I don't want it just to be, oh look, it's a lovely glossy painting, or oh look, it's a matte painting, like it's flat. You want it to be a chopping and changing in the most beautiful ways. That's what we're after. That's what we're after. Yummy. Come on, green, in you come. Ooh. There we go. Where else are we going? Up high. Lovely. Now we're talking to it. Big old hunks of green landing everywhere with just a little bit of transparency through it. And the reason why you want that little bit of transparency is so as you get quite aggressive and jabby and changing with your brush strokes, it won't typically change the painting too much because you can still see that underlying work that you've put in. And that's kind of important. What's happening in here? Big bush, squiggles, right the way to the edge, just like that. Lovely. And then coming in here, up to the top, lovely, and then up like that. Woo-wee! Excuse me. I am indeed. And where are we going next? Through here. Lovely. Lovely. But I love it how street smart everyone is, sun smart everyone is, to know that being lobstered by sunscreen, lobstered by the sun, is no longer something that we should aspire to do. We should try and look after ourselves. Beautiful. And through here. Little detail coming into that train. And there's one more up there. Across the top there. And there's a couple of little branches. We're painting the sky all at once too. We're not doing the background and then doing the tree. We're doing background tree, background tree. And the idea behind that is to not ignore the background. Like oftentimes you'll be like, right, background time. 2 colors, splat, splat, splat. And the result you get is this sort of monotone flat background, and then you're like, right, now the detailed tree time. And it's like, you can do that technique, and to be fair, we did it with the Statue of Liberty. We flattened the background and then painted the statue on top, just the statue. But for a picture like this, especially with foliage in the trees, to make it look more realistic and to combine the background that exists just as much as this tree on top of it does, we're doing them both at the same time. May frustrate you at first, but the idea behind it is not to think that, it doesn't look as much like a tree when I do it the other way around. It may not at first, but with multiple layers, you'll get more of the feeling of the tree. Sounds cheesy. You will. Here we go. Beautiful. Start to see those colours starting to correct themselves in there. There we go. We can go like that. Beautiful. Hello one more time. How we doing? Good to have you in here. Lovely to have you in here. Now let's get, actually, I was about to grab it then. It's right here. Yellow. Mellow yellow. And then after this, we're going to swap off this plate. Here we go. There we go. Lovely. And it comes all the way through there. A little bit of it cutting through there. It's probably a little bit too intense. That's okay though. Swipe it off. And then just spread it out. Lovely. A little bit more through there. Hello. Just like that. Mix this in a little bit more and stroke. Stroke, stroke, stroke. And just across the top there. Lovely. All right, team. What I'm going to do is if you guys hold fire for just a moment, I'm going to put the timer on and I'm going to run back to the car real quick and grab, pardon me, a water bottle because I am desperate for some water because I'm currently not all that hydrated. I brought everything with me but the water bottle, so I'm going to grab that and then I'm going to come on back. Let's hope that should be stable enough. If it's not, we'll find out. I will be back in just a moment. I can't set a timer, so you'll just have to have faith that I'm gonna return. But before I dash off, got my key? All right, good luck guys. And if anyone comes and tries to steal everything, just get a good glimpse of what they look like. We can figure it out after that. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. 1 second.